So eating the plant-based diet I would definitely be happy doing that.
Yeah, if you could be healthy and happy, like if you could get all the nutrition that you needed, you could be healthy.
Probably not, because that's a weird one. That's really hard.
Yeah,
I'd say probably not, purely because, you know, I've got nothing against plant-based diets, and I wouldn't be like, oh god, I can't have meat, but I do like a lot of meats and a lot of different types of meats, like sausages and bacon and different things like that, that, you know, I'd be happy, I'd be healthy, but I wouldn't be enjoying what I eat nearly as much, and also it would cut out a lot of other things that I do like eating. So like products like off the top of my head, marshmallows that you know, use animal products to be made. So no, I don't think I could, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay, so for you, so I'll just repeat what you said there. So for you, it's about restricted, like if you feel, would you feel like restricted?
Yeah,
because certain things. Yeah, no, that's all right. No, you would feel restricted because certain things, you wouldn't be able to have certain things like marshmallows. There's certain things that you like the taste of that you wouldn't necessarily get if you were plant-based.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, you know, there's a lot of alternatives for things. So like there's corn and stuff like that for you know, mince and sausages and bacon and all that stuff. And I've tried all that stuff, and for me, you know, I just really can taste the difference. I really can, between real and you know, plant, or, you know, made of other stuff. So, you know, it would just be very restricting on what I could have, and also I kind of wouldn't feel like there was any purpose to myself. If doing it would like help someone else, then yeah, totally. You know, as long as it wasn't too damaging to myself, I'm sure it wouldn't be. But it would just be a very restricting thing for me, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So two things there: the restriction, and you'd only do it if it was helping someone else.
If it was to aid someone else in some way, yeah, I would.
So aiding someone else, and it's restrictive. Do you think that a plant-based diet could potentially help others?
Off the top of my head, I can't think of a situation where it would, but maybe I just don't know enough about it. But I can't think of a situation where it would, but if it could, then I would.
Yeah. What about the animals that you eat? Would it help them? When it comes to that topic, I'm very much of the opinion of, you know, we're animals too, and, you know, I totally respect people who, you know, it's against their morals to eat living things, and I absolutely get it. You know, it's not nice seeing where the thing comes from, but I'm of a very clear view of it's nature, and it's the world, and it's, you know, it's how things happen. You know, lions and tigers and bears and things, you know, don't go vegan or vegetarian or things because they feel bad for it. And, you know, we're the only species that has developed a conscience to say, I feel bad for this animal for eating it. And, you know, if people want to do that, that's absolutely fine. But personally, I can get over that, you know, and the way I get over it is buying free range as much as possible, and, you know, definitely not getting battery eggs and awful things that you know, products that are mass produced, and like, because I do agree that things in the animal farming industry need to be changed. So the way things like chickens and pigs and cows are kept, when they're all in, really, that's horrible. Confined,
And when you look at people who've gone vegan because they feel bad for the animals, it's like, I absolutely get it. But, you know, it's like, if, you know, what I normally eat in terms that are meat products, I try and get them from the most healthy sources, and I try and make sure that where I'm buying them from, at least to the best of my knowledge, treat the animals well before they go.
Okay, so that sounds like you care about the animals.
You want them
to have a higher
I want them to have
welfare and
a good quality of life.
Yeah,
and
that's quite a noble thing. It's quite honourable to, Do you believe that animals have moral value in of itself?
I think they have their own version of it, and I think
about that?
They kind of, well, it's kind of like they have their own idea of what morals and right and wrong are within their community. Like a pig's idea of what is right and wrong is completely different to what ours is. And
wait a minute. What I mean is, maybe I should rephrase that a bit different.
Sorry.
Do you think that animals should have? Do you think they have moral value in of itself? Because they either have it or they don't. Do you see what I'm saying?
Do you mean, do I think animals should have certain rights?
Yeah, I mean, like for instance, like our dogs and cats that we have at home, we treat them completely differently to like farmed animals, don't we?
Yeah.
Because we believe they have moral value. They should be treated,
I think,
with respect.
I think all animals should have like a certain degree of moral value, definitely.
Yeah.
I think, I'm not saying animals like pigs and cows and sheep and things should be treated like, it sounds bad, but treated like people in a way, but they shouldn't be deprived of any happiness so that we can have meat.
So they should be entitled to like well-being and free from suffering.
They should absolutely be entitled to free from suffering and a good life and places to live and roam around. And I'm not against the farming and consumption of animals, but I think it should be done in the most humane way possible.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be in tiny cages.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be warehouses full of chickens. There should be farms and I don't know enough about it, but they should all be entitled to the highest quality life that is possible. And when it does come time for them to go, they should be at a point in their life where they've not suffered, they've not had an awful time, and they kind of go without knowing.
Yeah. So treated really nicely when they're alive, before it comes to the time where they have their their throat slit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying they should be treated really nicely, and when they die of old age, they should, because it isn't a nice thing that we have to, or that we do kill animals for meat, but it is, in my opinion, it's the way the world works, it's the way species work.
And why do we do it if it's not, if you think that it is, if we can survive without animal products, why do we do it?
I think we can survive synthetically without animal products. I think, if you do choose to live a life without eating meat and things, then you can survive, but there are benefits to eating meat for us as people. So there's the protein element, the fact that
can we get protein from plants?
We can, but it's as effective to get it from animals, and also it provides you with a more ranged diet. And
so is there any nutrients lacking in plants is there any nutrients found in meat that you can't get in plants?
I wouldn't know. I genuinely wouldn't know. But also beyond the basic need of survival, it's something that people enjoy doing. Should animals be treated awfully, just so we can eat meat? No.
So it's like a taste preference thing that we've kind of grown up with, and we like the taste of bacon, sausages.
We've always had it. Since prehistoric times, we've hunted animals and we've kill them. You can see in cave paintings there's people with spears running at buffalo.
But if we're not doing it today for survival, why are we continue to do it?
Well, we do it for survival because we eat we eat to live. And you know, we can just eat plants for the rest of ever, and we can have these, you know, protein or whatever, you know, whatever we want, you know, like filling tablet things, you know, if you see what I mean. But as a long-term thing, I don't think it's been experienced enough that we would know in 100, if the entire world went meat-free completely, in 100 years how the world will look, genuinely.
But can we agree that there isn't any nutrients found in meats that you can't get in plants?
I can't agree because I don't know.
Okay.
I don't have the knowledge.
So if you knew that you could be healthy and you could be happy, and there was no other reason to do it other than taste pleasure, do you think that, I mean, ultimately, what is more important to you, taste pleasure or morality?
Obviously,
someone's life, you know.
Obviously morality. Yeah. But that doesn't mean I give up meat.
Okay.
I believe in moral worth of animals. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And
you said about you think they should have a higher welfare standards and things like that.
They should have the best life. The best life they possibly can. Yeah. And I believe in the moral value of animals as much as I do people. They contribute to the world.
So do you think that, in a sense, your actions contradict your values? Because essentially you're saying you think that their lives are worth more than your taste pleasure, but you're still going to continue to do it. So I'm saying, do you think that's a contradiction?
No, because whilst I think that, the vast majority of the planet doesn't. The vast majority of the farming industry, you know, the animals to them are their numbers and figures, and that's a bad way of looking at it. And I agree that that's not how they should be looked at, but that's how they are looked at. And until it changes from people striving for profit over quality of life for everyone and everything, it's going to be very, very difficult to be able to make sure that every single animal you ever eat has had the best life ever.
Do you think there is a humane way to kill an animal that doesn't want to die?
Animals, when they're killed, or at least when, from what I know personally, free-range animals, when they die, they don't know they're going to die. They don't know it's going to happen. Okay. It normally, you know, it doesn't...
They don't know that it's going to happen.
They don't know it's going to happen. And do they want to die? No. But are they going to feel a lot better about it if they've had a great life? Do we want to die? No, of course we don't. Do
they want to die?
I don't think they know.
If we didn't know that we were going to die before we were killed, would that make it okay?
I guess not. Yeah. But the problem is...
So what is the difference between them and us? Do you think that makes it justifiable to kill them but not us for the same reasons?
We don't get eaten.
Is that an ethical explanation?
It's a very difficult minefield to navigate this. It's a very, very difficult thing to talk about because, you know, in the end, obviously, you know, you want the best for every living thing in the world, or at least the decent people in the world want everything the best for every living thing. But
it's better for us. It's better for the planet. Yeah.
You know, it's important that no species, person, or you know, anything like that, any living organism is, you know, disallowed its quality of life. But also you do have to look at, while ethics and morals may get in the way, it's the way nature and the world works. And you know, we do enough to destroy nature with pollution and mining and all that kind of stuff, that if we were to suddenly stop eating animals completely, then first of all, environmentally it wouldn't be very good. But also, you know, we don't know feasibly, or at least I don't know what it would do to the planet's ecosystem. Basically, it's the way. Well, what I'm trying to get at is, it's
it's
the great unknown.
well, it's the way that the world works.
The way the world works.
The way the world works is things eat things to live. And
factory farming? Is that natural?
I don't think factory farming is a good thing. I've never said or thought that factory farming is a good thing. But
is nature always good?
No.
Can it be bad as well?
Nature can be awful.
Yeah.
Nature can be terrible.
Can we rely on nature per se to say whether something is moral or good?
No.
No.
Morals, good, ethics are all points of view. And we can't rely on nature to always be good, because nature is never going to be good. Nature is more often awful than good, because
we can't rely on nature then, you would agree?
Well, obviously not. But the way the world works at the moment, and the way it has worked for so long, is people eat meat to survive.
Should we base our sort of worldview on what is, or what we should do?
What we should do is a point of concept for different people.
So is that we should base our opinions on what is already, or what we should do?
We should base what we do on what we have to do to make a good life for ourselves. However, that does not mean that what we do to make a good life for ourselves means making a bad life for something or someone else.